Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my first video about Arcane. This is also my first scripted video, so please bear with me if I sometimes sound like I'm reading off a paper, because I am. This video will obviously contain heavy spoilers for Arcane, so please watch Arcane before you continue with this video. So far every scene in Arcane had meaning. There's a lot of foreshadowing and Easter eggs. One of those Easter eggs was the constant appearance of crows. Like many, I first thought this was a hint at Swain, who is closely linked to a demon who has the form of a raven. However, Nekrit, a specialist on League of Legends lore, has rebutted this theory, saying that what we are seeing are clearly crows and not ravens. I'm no biologist, so I take this at face value, I guess. However, if these are indeed not ravens, then there's only one champion left that is clearly associated with crows: Fiddlesticks. I have heard people say that it might also be a hint at LeBlanc, but I don't think someone who is pulling a lot of strings in politics is that interested in a random psycho girl running around rampage in the Undercity. So, how likely is an appearance of Fiddlesticks in Arcane, and what are the pros and cons that speak for or against this theory? First off, Fiddlesticks is a demon that is drawn to fear and despair, emotions that were clearly displayed in Jinx's character. Jinx is also a tinkerer, and looking at Fiddlesticks' design after his rework, he looks more like something put together by a warped mind and not like an ordinary scarecrow. Jinx would fit this bill. Especially his mouth looks quite similar to the mouth of Jinx's chompers. The main thing that speaks against Fiddlesticks in Arcane is his power level. There's no way any Arcane character could beat an entity like Fiddle in raw combat. We also have already a lot of going on in Season 2. We have Warwick, Singed, Orianna, Noxus, and of course the continuation of the story of Jinx, Vi, Jace, Victor, Heimer, and Echo. I don't think there's really enough room to fit in a story about Fiddlesticks. Also, in the original lore, Fiddlesticks is said to roam the rural regions of Demacia, which makes it less likely that his first appearance is in Piltover. However, I still think it is very likely we see him in Arcane Season 2, just because there's no other good explanation for the crows. The most likely way how we see Fiddlesticks introduced is Jinx building him to scare off the crows that follow her in Season 1, while being consumed by her guilt and trauma, which likely intensified after Silco's death. Warwick might be the one who saves her, at least temporarily. While Warwick is not strong enough to kill a demon, he might be tough enough to stall and destroy his physical body, buying time so Jinx can get in control of her emotions and fears. She might be able to banish Fiddlesticks by getting her fear under control. Jinx in League of Legends is different than in Arcane. She's more goofy and always smiling and joking around. We might get her to transform from the rather depressed and angry character we know in Arcane to what we see in League in Season 2. I would honestly hate that. Jinx is already perfect in Arcane the way she is now. So, what do you think of my theory? Am I full of it, or is Fiddlesticks a character that will terrorize the second season of Arcane?